everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for clicking on my video. I know that I said we are going to tiptoe into fall crafting, but you know what? I had so much fun in that last video shopping my craft room and finding a bunch of craft supplies that have just gone unused and unnoticed, and I'm going to continue that in this video. I just found that to be so refreshing. I felt like it really has been helping to clear out my craft space and to help clear out my mind so I can really go into fall season really inspired and refreshed. So in this video, I am picking 20 more blanks and a lot of fun little craft items that have just been hanging out in my craft room, plus some of the materials such as vinyl and HDV that I have just been meaning to use. And I'm just going to continue to get inspired and get things cleaned up. So go ahead and give this a thumbs up if you are ready to continue getting inspired with a variety of different blanks. I'm excited to get even more things cleaned out and cleared. And I just feel like stuff like this gives me a very big breath of fresh air. So let's go ahead and get started. Also, refer to the description box below the video. I will link all the things that I'm using if I can find them. As much as I can, everything will be in that description box below. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So for my first project, I have had this really sweet picture frame that I picked up from Dollar Tree, and it's in the shape of a camera. And while cute as is, I looked at it at the store and thought, I definitely can make that even cuter. So I'm really hoping that is the case. So the first thing that I did was I grabbed a piece of pattern paper. I measured the inside of this circle, and I think it was roughly 2.5 inches, but always remeasure. And what I did is I had my Cricut cut out a 2.5-inch circle, or approximately. And what I'm going to do is I am going to place this over my opening, and I am going to cover the front of this with a different piece of paper. When I put my paper like that, it kind of gives me an idea of how much paper I have to work with. And I'm starting off with this craft because this is one that I'm going to need to let sit for a little bit before I finish. So if I have a craft like that, I kind of like to get started with it first. That way it has the grace of time to settle before we need to finish it up. Okay, so this is a double-sided paper, super cute on the back side as well. But what I'm going to do is I am going to, actually let me weed this while you can see the beginning here. Let's weed this so you can see kind of the other thing that I did. So I took some adhesive vinyl, I grabbed some shapes in Design Space, and these were all part of the Basic Shapes collection that they have. They've really expanded their basic shapes, and they even have, you know, this kind of oval looking one. But what I'm going to do, and of course you could cut this out and keep this if you'd like. I'm using scraps here, so I'm not too worried about any of these wasted pieces. But what I'm going to do here is I have a little outline that I'm going to put on top, and then I'm going to replace the little flash, and then this other, I can't remember which one this is. I know that we have our shutter here, we have our flash, and this probably has something to do with lighting, but I wanted to bring some of those elements in because even though we're going to retain the shape of this, I still wanted to give it a kind of camera look. So I'm hoping this turns out the way I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Mod Podge. I really like the little bottles of Mod Podge, and I'll tell you why. I think that the application is so much easier. You can just kind of squirt it right onto whatever you're working on, and you don't want too much because you don't want your paper to be soggy, but I have a really thick paper that I'm working with here, so I do have a little bit of grace with that. Ooh, I'm gonna need a lot more. Okay, so I'm just going to take a foam brush, put Mod Podge over the actual base, and get it nice and glued up, because then we're going to lay our paper right on here, and the Mod Podge will be the adhesive. Okay, so I promised that we were going to start fall, but you know, it's August still, and I just cannot. I don't know. In real life, I'm not ready for fall, so in my craft room, I'm certainly not ready for fall. So I have been, you know, getting my ideas ready for fall, but I really want to do another one of these videos because I found the last video where I did, and if you missed it, it was 20 blanks, similar to this one, but we're just doing an encore. 20 blanks in my craft room that really need to be crafted with. And I'll place a link for you, so if you need to catch up, you can. I think that's good for adhesive. I found it to be very motivating and encouraging and just all of the above. And speaking of motivating and encouraging, I really have had it on my heart to say thank you so much to just the best community I could ever have asked for. I honestly started my channel as just kind of something to do for myself. And I have been blown away lately with, and I've actually been blown away for quite a while with just the amount of really caring people that leave the nicest and sweetest comments. It's really encouraging and motivating to hear your sweet words, and I really appreciate it so much. Sometimes this can be a little bit of an intimidating thing to do, right? To welcome people into your space and let them watch you create, because creating is so personal and there's so many different ways to do things. But I have had the best community, and I appreciate it. So many of you even say that you give the thumbs up before you even start the video because you know it'll be so good, which I appreciate so much because the thumbs ups really help my channel grow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, leave this face down, and I'm going to go put, let's see, I'll put something heavy on it, and I'm just going to do this off camera, but maybe I'll probably set it under my little caddy of alcohol markers just so it has a lot of weight, and then we're going to circle back to this and finish decorating it later. Okay, bringing in these really fun and colorful mason jars. I found these at Michael's probably about 2 to 3 months ago, and they were in a haul that I did for the channel. And I have been scratching my head with what I wanted to do with them. Now, when I picked them up, I definitely was inspired to place them in my craft room in some way, but they've been sitting in my craft cart. I have a little craft cart of kind of pending craft items, and they've just been waiting patiently for the inspiration to really strike. So it has definitely taken a little bit of time, but I have been inspired to do something with them. So I found a really fun SVG as a reminder. Well, let's do a couple reminders. First of all, if you're new to my videos, this video will be one of the more chatty videos. We're just going to sit back, relax, get a lot of things accomplished, and hopefully get a lot of things, you know, on your craft list and on your craft table based on what I do in this video. Make your lists and get inspired, because it's gonna, I hope, get you rethinking some of the blanks in your craft space. So that's number one. If chatty videos aren't for you, then this may not be the video for you. So just browse my channel for maybe another one. But another reminder is I will go ahead and put lots of links in that description box below, so that I can help source many of the things that you will see in this video that I'm crafting with or using or inspired by. Now, that being said, I'll link this SVG. It was different than what you see here. So this is going to be a little variety of craft supplies, and the SVG says, I think it says One Crafty Mama or something like that, but surrounding the text were these really cute craft supplies. And I thought, how cute would it be to have little craft supplies on each and every jar, kind of to differentiate what is going to go inside, because I do have a variety of scissors. I have one for kind of everyday vinyl, I have one for paper, and then I have one for fabric. So I thought I need a little jar for my scissors. I also have a new collection of paint brushes that I have been enjoying working with, especially with card making. So the fact that it had a little paintbrush. Now the paintbrush was just one, but I just duplicated it, kind of tilted one, and then welded them together. That way I kind of had two. I thought that was really neat and filled the space a little more. And then finally we have little pencils, which can be for anything you wish, really. I mean, it could be physical pencils or a pen jar. It could be color pencils. You make the organizational rules in your craft room. Okay, finishing up, I think we have a couple skinny little pieces. And there we go. There's one. Same with the paintbrushes, excuse me. I duplicated to have a little duo. Okay. Oh, good. That turned out great. Okay, let me grab, I'm going to trim these apart. I don't know that I'm going to be too incredibly picky about where each goes. Oh, and for then the hot glue, I thought it'd be neat to hold glue sticks in there. I have a little glue stick llama. Here's my little glue stick llama. This actually came from a friend to put a little succulent in. But I don't have good luck with plants. Although the one plant that I have had good luck with is 2.5 years old, and I love that plant to death. I got it during a particularly hard time, and I was a little nervous when getting it because I was like, oh my gosh, this time is kind of hard anyway, so how am I going to keep this plant alive? But I did. And I'm so proud of myself because I do not have a green thumb. So anyway, my friend gave it to me to kind of have a little plant in, but I put glue sticks in it, and now it can't not be a glue stick holder. But I always buy glue sticks in bulk, and so I always have like a drawer full of extras. So I thought it'd be cute to put them in here. So in the little glue stick one, let me grab some transfer tape, and I'm also going to bring in my cup cradle. And let's see, let's just start from right to left. And I want to find which side is the nicest. I think this side looks fine. And let's get rubbing alcohol as well. Okay, grabbing my favorite transfer tape. Oops, I think I actually have a little strip here. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I always I'm a little nervous about getting any moisture on my vinyl. So I'm going to do all of these at once. That way I can say, let me see which sides I like the best. I think they're all pretty good. Some of them kind of a little line on them, but I think they all are going to be like that. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4, just with some rubbing alcohol that I have in a little spray bottle here. And I'm just going to clean the surfaces. That way the vinyl lays down really nicely. It removes any oils or dust that could either have accumulated from the store itself, from handling them, or from sitting in my craft room waiting for me to be inspired with them. Okay. Okay, so also, after my last video, I was reading your comments, and so many of you were inspired. You were getting your little, I kind of call them nagging craft items, right? And I say that with love, but they are nagging, right? They're ones that you love, but they're just, you're not quite inspired right away, or they've been sitting a while. And I think I'll do, let's see, maybe I'll do, yeah, I'm gonna do these first. And I was really excited to read that so many of you are tackling these items and getting things done. That just is so exciting to me. Now, yes, this is rather big, but I just want to make sure that it's going to fit all of my pieces really well. That way I can just use one. Grab my scraper, burnish down the top. Also burnish down the back. And then peel away, leaving our design on our transfer tape. Okay, so I kind of think just like a nice light tilt. I want it to be on the front of that though. Okay, this cup cradle, time and time again, I'll tell you, it's amazing. Okay, I'm thinking something like that. There we go. Just bring in that scraper to reinforce some pressure. Make sure I don't have any bubbles. Aw, that looks cute. And I think it's going to look really fun with, you know, all of them together. I think that will be really, really neat. Okay, so one is complete. I'll put that here. And let's just bring the pink one in. I think the pink one I will use for the scissors. Okay. Should I? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of the actual craft supplies that are going to go in there. And I'm going to use, because the paintbrushes that I have are a nice mint color, I think they would look really pretty. I don't want mint with these colors. I want the mint. See, I'm an overthinker, but you know, sometimes it pays off, because then your eye is going to like even the organizational decor in your craft room. Sometimes you have to pause and just allow yourself that moment to overthink it. Okay, so let's start on this end. But yes, back to just thank you so much. I sometimes find the internet to be a hard place sometimes, and that can just be hard sometimes. So I just thank you for being encouraging and the kind people that you are, because it really means more than you'll know. It helps me stay motivated and encouraged to continue getting to my craft room and inspiring you all, and it keeps me refreshed so that I can continue to focus on creating, and it just means a lot. So I haven't said it in a minute, so I wanted to definitely take a moment to see. Thank you so much. Okay, I love the tilt of this. I think that's so cute. Let me bring out, I want to bring out the little mint ones because I need closure, as you probably do too. You're probably like, I really don't, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, so I guess I have some wooden ones as well, but how pretty. Maybe I'll organize as I go. Should I? But I liked those mint ones in there too. I guess the handles are kind of far down, so it wouldn't have really mattered too much, but I don't know. I think that's neat. I think that's neat. Okay, so I'm going to put these to the side. I can probably use these for another craft. So here we go. We have one. Let's do our pens. In fact, I think I'm going to do, I have these fun Tombow markers, so I think I'll put them in here. I think those will be really nice and fun. Okay, so we have two. I think this is going to be so fun. Plus, it's going to be colorful. And you know what? Colorful and cheery is just where it's at in a craft room, at least for me, because it helps keep me just happy and inspired. Okay, so let's do this next. We're just going to go in order. This is going to be scissors. And here. Okay. And turn it over. Woo! This was a little bit large of a piece of transfer tape. I think I was kind of gearing towards it being big enough for the hot glue. Okay. Let's see. Scissors, I think, I don't know, my mind automatically went this way. So I'm just going to go with my gut. I like how it kind of wraps around the curve of the top, but also the sides and the bottom. It's so pretty. And it's a gentle enough curve that I don't need to do any relief cuts in the vinyl. If you have a curvy surface and you're struggling, head to my channel and write in applying vinyl to a curved surface, and I have a good video that will demonstrate the relief cuts that you can do with your transfer tape just to really help minimize that stress. That looks so cute. Stop it some more. Okay, let's grab the scissors. Okay, so I have 1 and 2 and 3 for here. I mean, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, and then this one. Now, I thought this would be really cute for a teacher, though, to put I don't know, sometimes it just looks like, let me move this around this way. It just looks like a pencil to me, doesn't it? Like the color is spot on. It's like school bus pencil yellow. I love it. It's like a nice mustard almost. So if you have any of these at your Michael's, you could be inspired for teachers as well. That'd be really fun. Okay, now I gotta find a place in my craft room to put these things. But I love it. I really do. Okay, bringing in my last item. You know, I think I'm gonna need to get the long glue sticks because these are gonna be too short. So I might not fill this one, but I may. I'm sure you can find like really long glue sticks. Yes, they have everything. The crafting world has everything. Oh, goodness gracious me. That's so cute. Okay, so I'll link this SVG down below. What I did was I just contoured these out to separate them from one another so that, I mean, the SVG is gorgeous. In fact, I'm going to make myself a shirt with it in its entirety because the SVG is so well done. But I also thought that the little craft supplies were so well done as well. So I wanted to have them separate. Okay. That is so darling. That is too much. Okay, so you also could stack them. You know, you could do one layer. Let me show you. If you didn't want to do the extra long ones, don't worry, llama. I'm putting these back. Okay, I can't not have my llama. But ooh, okay. So if you did this, then I wonder if you could just do some others that kind of poke up out. I don't know. Like layer them one on top of the other. Okay, well, let's pretend I have the extra long ones. And I have my glue sticks, my markers, you know, any type of writing instrument, correct? Paint and scissors. I mean, that's just too cute. That's way too cute. Okay, moving on. Yay! Not only did I cross that off my list, but my craft space is more organized and a tad bit cuter. The only thing now is that I have these little supplies in my craft space. I don't want to throw them away. I feel like you could make Christmas ornaments. Head down into the description or the comment section and let me know how you would use these little leftover jar toppers. Let me know. Inspire me as I inspire you because I don't want these sitting in my craft space for long. Okay, we need to go back to that camera, but I want to do some clothing for my little boy because, well, he's growing out of this size and I was very eager in buying this size as I'm browsing my craft room. I have a lot of, ooh, this is 18 months, yay. I have a lot of 12-month things that he is fastly outgrowing. So I want to get things used and worn and out of my craft room. Okay, so I have, you're gonna wonder why. You're gonna say, Bethany, you could just attach these together and lay down one. However, I have a lot of designs that I'm going to do in pieces here because you're gonna be so proud of me. As always, just like I remind you, save your scraps. So I went through my scrap bin and not only am I getting rid of, you know, blanks that have been sitting around, but I'm going through and using scraps, those little tiny pieces. So if you can, try to detach some of your designs and print them separately. Now, of course, it's not amazing, right? Because it's not as easy as just laying one design down. You're gonna have to lay 2 pieces down. However, if it means not having to run to the craft store because you're out of a certain color, but you do have it in smaller pieces. That was me. So I was out of navy. I have no 12 by 12 sheets. I have no 12 by 5 foot rolls. I have nothing. But I went to my scrap bin, and if you need a tutorial on how I made my scrap bin, I really love it. It's probably been one of the things that has stuck around in terms of processes in my craft space for years now. So instead of going and buying more, because this is the year of shopping our craft space, right? We're all doing it, and we're doing well. We are doing so well. If anything, by your comments that I'm reading, we're rocking it this year. But I went through my craft scraps, and lo and behold, I did not have to go to Michael's to get more navy iron-on, because I could just split apart my design, use the tiny pieces I had, and voila, I have a shirt. I have a shirt out of it. Okay, so this is gonna go here. Now again, so what I'm gonna do, let me grab my scissors out of my cute little jar. In fact, I need these scissors to stay close. I'm gonna trim close so I can line them up nice. And for kids' shirts, I do about 1 inch from this little bottom collar part. This bottom, not 1 inch from here, 1 inch from the bottom of the collar. And I'll line this up later, but I'm just showing you how I'm going to just reassemble it, because usually you would cut this all out in one piece. You would put one piece down, heat it up, it's done, right? But if you are doing a wise thing and shopping all those tiny little pieces that you've kept, then the project is that much more loved, right? Because you not only made something adorable, but you did it on the super cheap, because you used little pieces that were intended to be thrown away. So just reassemble, heat it up, and you're good. Just make sure you do not overlap your iron-on or iron-on onto your carrier sheets. So let me let's see. Now this one, oh, okay, this one has a story too. They all do. It's been a week, but you know, it's gonna be okay. So this one, I just did not have enough. I had this piece, and I thought, oh, I can put this design on there. It's gonna be perfect. The size is gonna be perfect. And it was just like 1/4 of an inch. Let me see. I mean, it was like 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch too small. And I was so sad. But then I'll show you. It's all gonna come together in a story in a second here. I found another scrap, and I'm gonna make it work. So this is so cute. I will link these designs, the little genius. I loved it. This one said "Rad like my dad." Oh, how cute is that? And my hubby is really rad, so, and my little boy is really rad too, so this had to exist. So you'll see, I'm not gonna even worry about weeding out these middles, because see, it was just a little short. And you know, that was on me. I was probably going too fast and didn't notice that this indeed was not big enough, but that's okay, because then I found another piece. Thank goodness I found another piece. So what I did was I went back into Design Space, and then I just cut out the "like my" again on a smaller piece, and we're just gonna stick it all together. And in the final shirt, no one will know, except for me. Well, and 70,000 plus of you. That's okay though, because it's gonna turn out. Okay, and weed. Now these are Smart Iron-On pieces. I love the Smart Iron-On. I think it's nice. It's nice. The carrier sheet is nice and thick. I really like it. Okay, so now what I can do is, instead of throwing this away, I can keep the parts that worked out, which are Rad Dad. You know what I could do is I could make a shirt that says Rad Dad, and then have it kind of coordinate with his little shirt, Rad Like My Dad. That would be cute. I should do that. And I would just be able to use this design too, because I could just use this part of it. How cute is this? Okay, Rad. Again, well, I'm gonna bring that down just a hair. I don't have hard and fast rules, because I don't really believe in hard and fast rules. I think in terms of placement, I don't do the tried and true, you know, 1 inch, 2 inch for every single thing. I think each and every item needs to be treated differently. Okay, rad like my dad. Okay, I'll worry about placement in a minute. I just want to make sure that everything is where it needs to be. That's stinking adorable. Okay, moving on. Ooh, this is a fun one. And I've had this color green. I think this is called Cadet Green. It's Caesar Easy Weed. I'll link it down below. I believe that's what it's called. And if not, then Cadet Green is beautiful. Because I know I have some of that too, but I'm pretty sure this is it. But look at this file. How cute was this? Wild. With the little kind of wilderness outdoor theme. I thought that needed green. I thought that was so cute. It kind of reminds me of WWJD. Kind of like the, I don't know, I think it's the W and the W and the D that's doing that for me, but okay. And then finally, I've had these iron-on designs in my craft space forever. So I'm using a blank up, but I'm also using supplies. Ooh, sorry for that noise. Oh, I'm distracted. These are neat. I'm using supplies that need to be used. Okay. That's gorgeous. Don't do this. Don't do this, Bethany. This is so pretty. So cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, darn it. I hate when I do this. Okay, iron-on designs from Cricut. Okay, this must be some kind of a liner. Ooh, we're gonna have to... Okay, I'm setting this to the side because... Well, first of all, let me cut out my design. Let me cut it out. That way it's ready to go. I'm gonna use this the bigger panda. I thought this would be super cute on a gray shirt. Now, pop down into the comments because I have 2 leftover pieces that are little pandas. What am I going to do with these? What should I do with these? Okay, so you have homework. What's about, so it's back to school time. We're going to have homework in Craft World as well. Homework number 1 was what? Oh, the little mason jar toppers. What are we going to do with those? Number 2, what are we going to do with these cutie patootie pandas? Because they are way, way cute. Okay, and then I'm going to set this to the side because I'm going to do the other ones on one setting, but then I'm going to need to bump up my heat press for this guy. Okay, we'll put all of this to the side. Now, I'm going to head over to the heat press. I'm going to put some relaxing music on. What you're going to see me do is I'm going to take a lint roller and lint roll the shirts. Then I will press them down, peel the liner off. I will replace some type of liner on the top. I'll probably just put some parchment paper down, give it a little additional heat. I like to do that because I think the initial peel of the liner can be a little bit aggressive. So I just like to give it a little bit more heat once the liner is off, and then we'll be done. Okay, so let's get all these done. We'll bump up the heat press and do this later. And we're crossing a lot of things off. Are you feeling good? I'm feeling really good. Oh my goodness. These are so cute. Now I forgot to mention that This file, I think it said Little Genius and it had some stars on it, but I just wanted it to be a little simpler. So I just, and you can do that. You can just contour out or slice out anything that you don't want in a design and use the bits and pieces that you want to. So I love how that looked. And I really like the navy. It's really dark. So it almost looks black, but it is navy. I really liked the navy on the light blue. And then this is my favorite. Remember in the last video when, let's see, what was that sweatshirt I made? What did it say? Created with a purpose. That was hands down my favorite thing that I've ever done in 2022. But this might be number 2 because I think that is so cute. It's so cute. I love it. This turned out so sweet as well. I love. And then I just bumped up right at the end my heat press to 340, and then we will circle back. And my heat press does take a little bit to heat up. So we're going to just go back to that camera, craft, and get that one done in the meantime, right? We're going to work smart. So another thing is I did pre-press the shirts. That way I got any moisture out, and then it gave them a little quick iron. And then when I was rubbing them on the counter, I was just drawing out that heat. That way I didn't have to sit there and wait for the iron on to cool. If you place it on a cool surface, on your countertop or whatever, even if you kind of wave it in the air a little bit, it helps draw that heat out really quickly. That way you can keep crafting quicker. But I mean, it's nice to craft slow too sometimes, right? But we have 20 things to get done. All right, let's go ahead and move on back to the camera little project, and then we'll come back to this little guy. Okay, so I'm gonna just grab a little self-healing mat. I don't know if I can scratch my mat, my glass one, with a craft knife, but I don't want to try because this glass mat is my new favorite thing in the entire world. So, you know, I'm not going to ruin it within the first month. So this is all glued down. It feels really, really good. It looks really smooth. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife. I'm on this Cricut mat, which I think works great for cutting into and slicing into. And I'm just going to go around and score. Now, the reason I cut out that circle on the inside was because I just did not have the confidence that I could do that as cleanly as the Cricut could, you know? Have a Cricut, utilize it. So that's what I did. And I thought that that was a pretty smart move. But approach this any way you'd like. Now, I've done this quite a few times on my channel where, you know, you see a wood blank. This is more like particle board or something. I don't know. It's not, definitely not wood coming from the Dollar Tree on this particular item. They definitely do wood stuff, but this one is definitely not. But it has me looking at wood or faux wood items so differently because you can just put a little Mod Podge on the surface, add some pattern paper, and you can create anything. I've done so many fun things on my channel with that concept, and it's easy. Plus, you are in for not a lot of money with your physical item, your blank, right? You're in $1 or $1.25 in some areas now. And easy peasy. Okay, just trying to get into these little tricky areas. Taking my time. Okay, and then bring it on home. I think that's where I started, so I should be okay. Now gently moving just to see where I need to apply more cutting. Okay, that looks good. Ooh. I mean, oh my. Okay, calm down, calm down. This is all live reaction though because I don't like pre-plan any of these crafts. I just, you know, when you see the result is when I see the result. So cute. I'm just cleaning up this one side. It got a little bit wonky. Oh, does the Dollar Tree have any more of these? How cute would this be for a gift for everybody under the sun? So cute. Oh, that is adorable. I don't care what you say. That's so cute. Okay, now I'm gonna add the embellishments because I do think, like, you can see camera here. But also, I came in knowing it was a camera, but I think adding the details is going to just solidify that's a camera. Okay, so let's grab, I'm grabbing paper transfer tape, okay? Because I'm going to be using it over a paper base that's delicate. So I'm going to use this paper tape, and I'll link it down below. I use this on cards or any delicate surface. Trim that down. And I'm not a wasteful crafter, but sometimes I don't even mind wasting this because one roll will last you so long. I think one roll lasted me 2 years one time, and I mean, because I just replaced this. And anyway, sometimes you waste a little, but it's okay. Okay, let me see if I can get, come on. It is low tack, so sometimes you just need a tiny bit, there we go. Tiny bit of a nudge to encourage the vinyl. Okay. Ooh, we got a little wonky there. Okay, now I gotta focus here because it's not clear and I want this to be lined up. Sorry about my hair, but I think I have that pretty lined up. Well, it's gonna be close. If not, it's gonna be real close. Okay. Laying that down. Kind of giving that lens look. Light scrape. Light scrape. And then gentle peel. Just so we don't disrupt that paper. Oh, that placement was pretty perfect. It's coming to life. I think this was the right choice. Doing the little shapes. Yes? Yes. Okay, then we had our little, I think this is the flash. I should know. I used to be a photographer. Well, I mean, I used to have a photography business. I think I'll always be a photographer. I think I can always call myself one because I take pictures daily. But just not professionally anymore. Okay, let's see here. Trying to be straight with that. I think that looks good. Ooh, cute. Okay, and then last but not least, one more little embellishment. And then, oh, I should have bought 2 of these because I know my kids are gonna love this. And based on the pattern paper you choose, my goodness, you could just really make this look unique. There we go. It's a camera. It's a camera. How cute. That is adorable. You could further personalize it. You could, you know, do a text around here that says, I love you or whatever. I did not. I just thought less is more here. And I think that was the right choice. Okay, time for a cute picture, but goodness gracious. Oop, I have one little spot. Okay, I have to fix it now because, you know, it's about crossing things off my list. So I'm not going to add anything after the video to do. I want it all to be done. Okay, that's perfect. There we go. Okay, let's go back to the little panda shirt. And then we have, whew, we've got a lot to do. We still have a lot to do. Maybe we should do a little pause and grab your favorite drink. Okay, we're at 340 back there. It actually did not take much time at all. Okay, set easy press to 340. I'm using my heat press, that's fine. We're gonna preheat the material, place the design on the preheated material, heat each part of the design for 50 seconds with medium pressure. Okay, so 50 seconds. And then flip over. I don't flip over because I'm using a heat press, but if you had the easy press, you'd want to flip over your shirt and heat from the back. And then let cool 1 to 2 minutes before removing the lining. Okay. And then, well, I thought maybe this might be, I think this, no, this, Bethany, this is just the liner. I thought maybe, given its shininess, that maybe this was something. But I don't think it is. Okay, so don't forget to tell me what to do with this because I want to use those cutie pies. Let's go ahead and get this done. Okay, I'm not going to apply any more heat to that because it looks really good. I felt really good about that. So there it is. That was easy. And I just set it on my counter and let it, you know, cool for 2 minutes. And that peeled right off. It looks really cute. I love that on the gray. I just think that that looks really sleek and fun. Okay, another thing done. Okay, I've had these little chip clips in my craft space for probably a couple years now. I know, in this video and the last video, I've confessed that I have a craft hoarding problem. But, you know, it's less of the craft hoarding, more of the not enough time to craft, you know? Or is that me making excuses? I don't even know. But I have these chip clips. I thought they were so cute. Mainly the colors were just on point. I loved the color combo. And what I did was I went into Design Space. I think this font was called Hello Babe, and it was a Cricut Design Space font. And I liked it because I knew that my font needed to be small. So when focusing on small cuts, especially with text, you want to make sure you have something bold. So I'm just going to trim these apart because if it's too small, it's just too delicate and it doesn't weed or lay down right. Plus, you know, more than that, it really makes you question if it's going to last after the craft is even over, right? So that's just my opinion, but I think the bolder the better. So what I'm going to do is first of all, just went through, I'm going to use this transfer tape that I used earlier. We're going to try to just reuse as much as we can. And I went through and just did a lot of cute little sayings. So I have scrumptious, which I didn't check my spelling. Maybe I should double check. Okay, Google has told me that I did that right. Scrumptious, delish. We're just making up fun little words, right? Scrumptious, delish, snacky snack, so good, yum, and my fave. I just thought it was fun. So I'm going to start with scrumptious. I'm going to just put fun little words on these chip clips. I thought it would be super fun. And I wanted to do this for summertime because I feel like chip clips are used a lot in the summer, right? But either they were lost in the organized mess that is my craft room, or I forgot. I can't remember which which excuse to use, but they're still here. They've been here for a couple summers, and I can say in a moment that they're done. Now I'm not going to do any rubbing alcohol on these. I just took them out of the packaging, so I find that they're probably going to be just fine. And oh goodness, it's just such a tiny surface area here. I want to line up the best I can. Less is more with transfer tape. Oh my. I think that's good. I think it's straight. Ooh. But, oh, that's good. Okay. That looks good. I'm just going to press that down with my finger. I can do a light press over. Oh my word. That's adorable. That is so cute. So then they just go on your little bags, your little chip bags. You know what I found lately? Remember, these longer videos are getting things done, but we're also having fun chatting. And I love to hear what you say in the comment section as well. So if you haven't tried, I think they're like the rice cake chips. They have a buttermilk ranch rice cake chip. I found those the other day at the store. Those are scrumptious, delish, so good, yum, my fave, and a good snacky snack. Oh my goodness, they're so good. So if you see those in the snack aisle, and I don't know that they're, you know, too unhealthy, a rice cake. I mean, I love rice cakes. I think they're so good. Okay, we'll do snacky snack here. And, oh, I'm stressed about the alignment. Okay. That looks good. I I'm just gonna do finger press. I think that's fine. Oh, snacky snack. That's cute. Okay, Delish, you're up. I will scrape to get it off of the little carrier sheet though, because that is just my tried and true go-to. Burnish front and back and then peel off. Less stress. Okay, then my other secret is the Oracle 651 vinyl. That's the best vinyl. That is some good vinyl. Delish. Okay, my fave. 1, 2, and peel. We are just going now. My fave. And so good. Let me know what your favorite snack is. My most recent favorite lunch is I've been making this cucumber salad with balsamic vinegar. So just little mini cucumbers sliced up. Just regular circle slices. I'm not even fancy. I don't even, you know, cut on the bias or anything. Just real quick. Ooh, that's not quite centered, but ooh, can I? Ooh, I can. Okay. Sliced up mini cucumbers, cashews, and balsamic vinegar with salt and pepper. Just a dash. Oh my goodness. Still summer here, so that is just so refreshing. It's so refreshing. It's a nice little yum. It's got the crunch and it's got the cold. I love like a cold crunch, but you know, something different than a salad. Okay. I think we nailed it. I think that is so good. What do you think? Snacky snack, scrumptious, delish, so good, and my fave. I think these are so cute, and I'm glad that they're done, and I think this font is on point, so much so that you may see it again in this video. All right, another one off of my list. That's super, super fun. Okay, while the heat press is on, I'm gonna make myself a little baseball tee, and I've had this in my craft room for quite a while, hence this whole video, and I had this on my heart to make because I think it's adorable. Now again, I was thinking I needed to run to Michael's to get navy iron-on because my heart wanted navy, and then I thought this would be super, super fun with a pattern, because even though, you know, you're not really getting full flowers because this is more of a floral thing, I liked the variation of color, which you'll see again in another project that we're going to do later in this video, where I'm going to do something with patterned vinyl. But I thought this was really pretty. We still have some of the navy, but we're also bringing in some salmon, some kind of celery looking green, and then we have a light blue and a dark kind of hunter green. I just thought that this was super fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and press this onto my shirt. Again, preheating the material, getting it lint rolled, placing my design down, getting it pressed, and then peeling up the liner. Oh my goodness, I do not know how I'm going to top myself this fall in crafting, because I'm really feeling like lately I have created some of my favorite things, and this is going to be near the top. This is so cute and fun. I love it. I am definitely a Jesus girl, so this shirt needed to be in my closet. This needs to be worn all the time. I love it so much. So another one done off of my craft list, and now let's see, I'm going to do, well, let's go ahead and this coffee mug has been, oh, just on my heart. I love this. I love the color, bringing in rubbing alcohol again. Love the color, love the size, and it's just been waiting, honestly, for the perfect design. And I found it. I found the perfect design that needs to be on this mug. So I'm gonna let that dry. And I mean, come on, that is a nice, appropriate amount of coffee. I am so excited. Okay, so I have this design. The minute I saw it, I had to have it. I also want to speak to design bundles for a second. I do a lot of purchasing from design bundles because I think their SVGs are just awesome. And lately I had a couple SVGs that weren't working quite right, and I have been purchasing from them for at least a year and a half, and it's only been recently that I've had a couple issues with files. So that tells you, you know, their files are just always so beautiful. So I reached out, and they have great customer service, and just explained, oh, this file wasn't quite working. They immediately got back to me with a fixed file. Not only did they reply, but it was replied with a solution, a brand new file that worked perfectly. And I have to give them a shout out because their customer service is amazing. So this was one of the files that I had to email about because it was nothing too big, but one of the little flower petals that you'll see in a minute was filled in, and I couldn't contour it out myself. And so I emailed them, and very quick turnaround. They emailed me right back. So sorry, here's the file again. Make sure it works, and it did. It works beautifully. So, you know, every time that I've needed, which has only been twice, anytime I've needed a little assistance from them, they have not only been friendly and quick, but just I'm just really appreciative of that. So friendly, quick, and they solved the problem immediately. I love that. So I am going to weed out. This is a really pretty design that says faith, and it has two little flowers on each side, and given the shape and the flow of it and the length, more importantly, this file, well, I mean, it would look perfect on a shirt. It would look fun on, let's see, what else could you put? I mean, you could do these with anything, but this was perfect for a nice skinny but round, or well, of course round, but skinny but long coffee mug. So when I saw it, I thought, I have the mug for this design that's been waiting patiently just for the perfect design. Okay, I'm gonna turn this just a bit. A little bit delicate in terms of weeding, but equally easy peasy. Okay, there we go. Get all the little scraps off my thumb and put you away. Have my transfer tape. Lay that nice right over. Okay, burnish gently with this. Anytime you have a thin, delicate design, be gentle. You can accidentally scrape the vinyl up, and every time I've done so, it was game over. I had to actually recut and reweed and everything. I couldn't salvage it. Okay, let's see here. Ooh. Wow. Gosh, that feels good when that happens that way. Okay, so you move down you move here and you come here. Okay. Oh, I think this is gonna be so neat. Okay, now you wanna leave some room for your lip. You don't want your lip touching the vinyl because vinyl isn't food safe. But when making this design, I thought if I just put the faith near the lip area, then that gives it a generous amount, right? See, because we have that gap there. Oh no, Bethany. Okay, nope, deep breaths. Oh, I take the time to explain and then, okay. You know, this always happens in the moments when I'm trying to be helpful with additional information, and I'm starting to wonder, okay. Well, you know, that might be it. That might, we may have to go with it. Okay. I wanted it a little further over, but at least it's straight. I wanted to attach, you know what? Happy accidents. I think that actually was where it's supposed to be, because I still have lots of, oh, we are golden. We are golden. There may be one area that I need to kind of help with a bubble due to that little cling, but you know, other than that, I think we're good. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. There we go. Relatable moment. I won't edit it out. I know you love the relatable moments more than anything, so I try to keep these happy accidents in. Okay, I do have a little issue with my H, and I will address it in just a moment. But you know what? That's pretty darn cute. Because I like that it's kind of curving down here. So sweet. And we have a very generous area for our lip. Okay, this worked out great. Okay, so, and you know, if I feel differently in a week and think I do want it a little bit differently, then I have a Cricut and I'm gonna redo it, right? But I think for right now, I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm gonna pull and just realign this H. Oh, easy peasy. Okay, no bubbles. How cute. That's pretty cute. I really like. Oh, it's cute. I do like this. I kind of was envisioning this because it wraps all the way this way, that I wanted it to kind of wrap down. So that was kind of the plan, but I did think it would be a little higher. But you know what? I think we're gonna just be fine with that. I think it's okay. Is it a little low? Yes. Is it gonna be fine? Sure is. Truth be told, I probably am going to redo my mug. Not tonight because I have a lot of other things that I need to get done, but in my heart, the design needs to be just a tad higher. So I will place that back on my little to-do list, and I'll do it in the morning. No problem. I was watching Encanto with my kids, and I am one who, I just barely made that there. Okay, got lucky there. I'm one that, you know, I do struggle with perfectionism. Sometimes I want things to be perfect. So I'm trying to, you know, embrace the small mistakes, embrace less than perfection, especially with crafting. Keep it fun. I have to remind myself, if you're having fun, then that's what's fun, right? And in the movie, the girl says, you know, okay, I have to think of how she says it. What could I do if what could I do if I knew it didn't have to be perfect? Kind of like, what would my possibilities be if I wasn't hung up on making it perfect. And that really resonated with me, you know, like focus elsewhere and see how much more you could be without worrying about it being perfect. So I'm on my road to being a recovering perfectionist. Been on that road a while, but every once in a while I do redo things, but every once in a while I let it go. Okay, I wanted to make a little gift for a friend of mine. I think, ooh, it kind of got a little close there, but you know what? I think it's gonna be fine, right? This is one of those moments, Bethany. This is one of those moments where it's only gonna bother you. Okay, I'm gonna make her a cute little zipper pouch. And I thought that this sentiment was just perfect, or this text saying all of the above was just perfect. So I'm going to go over to my heat press, preheat, much like the shirt, preheat and get this pressed on there. And I thought this was a really fun way to use pattern iron on as well. Okay, that turned out so cute. Now note that I did let the zipper portion fall over the edge of the heat press. That way it was outside of the pressing field. But I think that that turned out so nice. I love the patterned iron-on. I think that's so subtle but pretty. And I think she's gonna love it. So very, very fun. I think it's gonna be nice for like Bible study, pens and highlighters and all the goodies that come along with, you know, little just fun things. I have like a big pouch for all of my Bible study accessories for, you know, writing my Bible and stuff. So I really wanted to make this for her. Okay, so let's go ahead. I am going to do another little adhesive vinyl craft, and then I'm going to work on some teacher gifts for an entire staff. Okay, so this kind of is using a lot of things. For this, I have had this little blank Art Minds, so it must be from Michaels. I've had this in my craft room for a while, hence the tone of the video. I've also had this adhesive back paper in my craft room for a while, and when I found the drawer of adhesive paper, I decided we're going to do another craft with that tonight because I had quite a bit. So I'm going to use this as a backdrop. So usually I paint things, but sometimes with blanks like these, I find it kind of difficult to just get that perfect edge and line, unless you paint the entire thing, of course. But I don't know, it's kind of a stinker to paint, and I thought, why not have fun and just line it with a paper, because you could just peel the back, and I thought that would be really nice. So what I need to do is I need to measure my area here. Of course, it's not perfect. It's like, okay. So we have about 4 3/8. Let's try that. We have lots of paper. 4 3/8, and then I know this way I need to trim off a little bit as well, just a hair. Okay. Okay, let's see if that measures up. Oh, that looks nice. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Now, there are so many different pattern papers. I wanted to do a vinyl on the front, so I didn't want something too busy on the back, and I kind of like that this is kind of a distressed look. So I wanted something to be, you know, a little bit more solid, but have some visual interest, because I really want it to pop with this. So I'm going to end up putting this inside, but I think before that I will put, which way do I want to do this? I want to make sure that I have it the right way. Okay, that looks great. I want to put my SVG on here. Now, because this is a paper, I'm going to use that paper transfer tape again. Okay, so I will once again link this paper transfer tape down below, as well as this SVG and this nice adhesive back paper. But let's get, I just thought it'd be easier to place the SVG on a flat surface instead of within here where you have like the raised edges, and sometimes it's just a little much. So I'm going to make it a little bit easier on myself. Okay. And again, a little bit low tack. So this is a little bit, requires a little bit more patience. Ooh, it's actually doing well. Okay. Just take your time and go slow. Kind of nudge. Nudge where you need to. Oh, that looks nice. No vinyl left behind. Okay. Believe it or not, I think I could actually do a double encore of this little series. I mean, I kid you not, I think I could do 20 more. So let me know if you want me to do this again. I know that you love these videos. At least my YouTube analytics are telling me that this is one of your favorite things I do. So analytics don't lie, right? So let me know down below if you would like me to do another one of these. I probably will hold off till like October because I need to get fall going, but I feel like we could do this again. And it's just so good to get things done. Okay. I think we're looking pretty good. Now, I think the Blessed can kind of even tilt a little, or should we go spot on? No, I think it needs to, well, I think it naturally tilts itself. I think do we want, no, we don't. Okay. Half of crafting, it naturally tilts itself. Half of crafting is arguing with yourself. Did I get that too low? I may have gotten it a little low. Okay. Cute, cute, cute. It is a little low, but you know what? I think it's cute. We're gonna let it go, let it go. Okay. Taking off the adhesive back portion without scratching the paper, but need a little lip of this up. There we go. Peeling off the liner. Oh, I like it. Very cool. What a good choice for that paper. Okay, remembering this. Plus I got away with, oops, one of my little pieces came up. Okay, plus I got away with not having to paint it. Ugh. Sometimes I'm in the mood to paint and sometimes I just do not want to. That's pretty. I like that. I think it's so cute. And you know, it is kind of a tad low, but like when you look at it spot on, which is probably going to be, you know, like this or hung, I don't think you notice that bad. I really don't. I think it's cute. Okay, so this is going to go to my friend as well with our little Strong Women Pray pouch. So I have a little gift all ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to do a little cleanup and let's work on the teacher gifts. Whew, we have a lot of work to do. Okay, so I have had, and I've done a video of this on my channel, I've had these thick and chunky clothespins in my craft space for a long time now, and I think they make really fun. So speaking again to the adhesive back paper, I have lots of different patterns and fun variety. I think they make really fun little magnets. So I just put a magnet strip on the back and then the adhesive paper on the front. I have my Cricut cut out the little pieces for me. So I just measured the surface area that I had to work with, have the Cricut cut it out. I honestly cut these by hand. You can have your Cricut do it, but it's so simple too. It doesn't need to be perfect, right? It doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be functional. So I don't worry too much. Now I do want this to be perfect because this is the side you're going to see. But I thought this would be really fun because you can put little to-do lists or pictures and then put them on your fridge. So all that being said, I've had these in my craft space for so long, and so I emailed the little director of our school and I said, I'd really like to make these for all the teachers. So I'm going to make them for all the teachers and just have her kind of hand them out at a staff meeting or whatever she wants to do with them. I thought it would just be a really fun idea. Plus it's getting it out of my craft space, but also I just love doing stuff for the teachers because they do so much for us. So I need to do 29. I've done one, so 28. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of my pieces ready. Okay, there we go. I have my magnetic sheets. I have some pre-cut, and let me go ahead and just weed out these little pieces of paper. So I just need to take that surrounding area. Oops, I gotta get another little portion of that. And there we go. Sometimes it can be a tad difficult to start, but then it weeds really nicely. Okay, so what have you all used the pattern paper for? I don't know that it's one of the most popular materials out there. I think they still make it, but I don't know that they continued bringing out new designs, you know, one after another. So I think they just are using the original designs. So, I mean, and that may be nothing, but to me that kind of makes me think maybe it didn't quite stick, right? Like not literally, but maybe it wasn't a product that people were very inspired by, maybe. I don't know. So if you have used this patterned adhesive back paper, what have you done with it? I would love to know because I still have a lot of it. So I'd be interested in being inspired with how to use the remainder of it. Okay, there we go. So it's basically cardstock that has a sticky back, and it's really easy to use. It's just finding what you want to use it for. You could cut out letters and things. Let's see, I'm trying to think of what I did with it. Oh, I used it to kind of decorate the front of a notebook one time. That was fun. Okay, there we go. Easy peasy. I have a little trash pile over here that I'm going to really need to focus on, but we're pretend it's not there. Okay. Here I go. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of the pieces on the front, and then I think I have the exact number I need, and then put the little magnetic pieces on the back. So I'm just going to line these up just like that. And look how cute. Isn't that fun? Now, you could take it a step further and add words with vinyl and just use that paper transfer tape. That would be perfect. Because I'm doing roughly 30 of these, I thought, well, first of all, I think just a pattern is pretty, right? Because I was thinking, well, maybe I could write to do or inspire or, you know, like some kind of motivational something. But I also wanted to give them the freedom of using it in whatever way they want. Maybe they're not going to use it as, you know, a to-do list holder. Maybe they want to use it to hold pictures or, you know, I'm not sure. So I wanted to leave it blank because, first of all, I think not everything needs to have words on it, but also because, you know, I think sometimes less is more, and I think just a nice, pretty pattern, I think that's where it's at for this project. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish these up. Okay, so this was quick, easy. I still have some left over, and I actually still have some paper left over. So I think later I'll probably just make the remainder for my Bible study group or some mom friends, or both. Actually, I have enough for both, so that's what I'll do. I love doing stuff like this that, you know, is, I just think, simple, but uses your craft supplies and could mean something to somebody, right? So I hope they like these. I think it's just be a fun little goodie at the end of a staff meeting or whatnot, and I think these turned out really cute. Okay, so 29 of these done. Let's go ahead and I'm going to, well, in the name of teachers, I need to use up 2 little apple-shaped blanks that have been in my craft space for a while, so let's do that. Okay, so I've had these little apple-shaped blanks in my craft space for a while. I found them at Target and they came in this bare wood. I decided to paint the front of them and then distress them so you can see the distressed marks on the side. I thought that was really fun, but then I liked the nice red edge. So I'm going to bring some of that red in with my design, but I'm also going to, let's save my scraps here. I am also going to bring in a fun floral. So I'll link these designs down below, but I found a really cute little made to teach design that I thought would be fun. And I really liked the nice red. Oops, hold on. I have one that just snuck out. Hold on. You stay here. I know I have a little tiny piece that needs to stay. 1 and 2. Okay. And I think I have something on that C. Hold on. Hold on. Lay that back down. Yep. Little one on that C. There we go. Okay. Slow and steady, Bethany, so that this turns out nice. Sometimes I feel like towards the end, gosh, I mean, are we at the end? I think we're getting closer. I feel like I start kind of rushing because I get so excited to see, well, to the right of me, I have my list and then I cross it off. Oh my gosh, that's just the best feeling ever. But then I feel like I get a little excited and then I go too fast. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Okay, so this is the word teach. It has these little marks on the top because we're going to kind of embed some additional text above it. Okay, there we go. Ooh. So I picked out this pattern vinyl because it was in my scrap bin, this piece and this piece. They were both in my scrap bin. I liked the burgundy or red color. I thought that that was fun with the apple, but I also thought it was a fun way to use the pattern. I thought that'd be really cool. So I'm hoping this works out how I think it's going to look in my head, but also look at these tiny pieces that I was able to rescue from the scrap bin and make for the teachers. Now, I don't have a teacher, well, usually I do, you know, things for fall or, you know, holidays for the teachers, but nothing is quite coming up yet. But this is where I am crafting a lot, getting things done, and then I keep a little bin of teacher things. That way, when they send home the calendar and it says, you know, teacher birthday or teacher appreciation day, you know, if I needed something really quick, then I have made it and it's ready to go. So never be afraid to get some things done beforehand, because you know it happens, you know it pops up. So made to teach. So this is going to go here. This is going to go here. Oh, I think those are going to be cute. I think those are going to be really cute. So now I just got to worry about placement. I think if I go a little bit higher, that will be good. Okay, grabbing my transfer tape. Let's get this done. Okay, one. Sorry that my camera shakes when I burnish, but I'm not perfect. I am thinking about building a craft island. Well, when I say me, I mean my husband. But he's really on board with this project. He said he's wanted a new saw for a while now, so he's, I think, using this as an excuse to get one. So I'm thinking about building a big craft island. We'll see. Probably 2023. Okay. I think that'll be good. Okay, I'm going to do that. Teach. And, whoopsie, so sorry. And peel that away. And then the made to. This will be easy peasy. We're just going to line it up within those little grooves and lay it down. Okay. I'm sorry it's a little wonky, but it might help me here to line it up. Oh, I like the placement. Okay, without scratching my paint. That's cute. Made to teach. And I like that it has the red on the side. I think that's fun. Super fun. Okay, one done. And need a new piece of transfer tape. Okay, and the second one is done. Easy peasy. All right, made to teach, made to teach. I think those are super cute. I think that's really fun. Okay, another little project done. And I am gonna add a little bow just to cover this little hole here, but I don't have the exact ribbon that I want. So I'm gonna have to go to the craft store and get some, but just know that's gonna get finished off really, really nicely. Okay, another project that I wanted to do was make a little garden flag. I've had this little flag blank in my craft room waiting for a fun little design, and I've done this design before. I did it with foil iron-on a pillow, and it's one of my very most favorite things in our home. It's in our living room and it just looks gorgeous, and I thought it would be really fun to do it on a garden flag as well. So I have this really nice olive green iron-on, and it's kind of a shimmer iron-on, or I don't know if shimmer is the right word, but we'll see when we pull that liner off. But I thought that would be kind of pretty to have it be a little bit more year-round. It kind of looks a little summery, but I liked the olive green to kind of, you know, make it last a little bit longer throughout the year. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this over and pre-press and then press this onto my garden flag. Oh my goodness, this, it's not showing up on camera the way I wish it would. It is so pretty. It's almost like a metallic olive green. It is, well, kind of, there you go. It is so darn pretty. It is so pretty. I love it. Okay, this is literally going out of my craft room and onto the little garden flag. Well, maybe not, because I'm going to get decorating for fall. And I kind of think this is a little bit more summery. I always think like hive is in the beehive, but I think it could be spring and summer. So I think that, you know, we're going to get a good, I don't know, 5 months out of the year with this. Okay, but it's gonna go into the garage area. Whatever it needs to be, not in my craft room. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and keep working. Okay, so I have a little one that is reading, and I have had this little scalloped edged box in my craft room for a while. I feel like I've started off every craft with, I've had this in my craft room for forever and ever and amen. But hence the reason we're doing this video again. So I got this in a 3-pack. Now I cannot remember where I got it from. I also shopped my scrap bin. Let me move this so it focuses on my table here. I shopped my scrap bin, so I am literally, look, that's literally at the end. I had just enough. And with a little reader in the house, I thought a cute little book bin for her little reader books would be wonderful. And I wanted to differentiate, you know, the books that she can read versus the ones we read to her, you know, the ones that are grade level for her. Because then I can, you know, let her go to a specific bin to get her practice books, if that makes sense, you know? Just to have a good little home for them. And nothing says little girl more than a little scalloped edge box. I cannot remember where I got these though. So I pulled some scraps. Of course they're pink because that's where it's at here. And we're gonna make this cute. So I used a fun font. Font information will be down below, but I just thought it'd be cute to do snuggle up and read. And let's see, yep. We can just do this. Okay. So getting this box out of my craft space and helping to organize a space in our home. Okay. Come here, you little cutie. I love when crafts and crafting fulfill two different purposes. Well, for me, it fulfills a lot. It fulfills the element of relaxation and me time, but I love when it also uses up a blank, uses up scraps, in little tiny pieces that would otherwise be tossed. And furthermore, organizes an area in my home. I mean, it just does not get better than that. I feel like it's just the jackpot of a crafting experience. Okay, snuggle up and read. And I think that looks good. Snuggle up and read. Okay. Adorable. So cute. Okay. Then I'm going to use tweezers to add some cute little hearts. Oops, I'm so sorry. I think the tweezers will be perfectly fine. A manageable little area. So fun. Oh my gosh, with every heart it just gets even cuter. And it's just the perfect size box for the little readers that we have. Okay. If you are looking, if you have little ones who are emerging readers or beginner readers, The Good and the Beautiful has amazing beginner books. And I feel like, so they come in sets like box A through D, I think. And we just got to D. But I feel like they progress beautifully. And I purchased them when I was homeschooling during the pandemic. And I purchased them because I wanted to teach her to read, of course. And let's see. I just loved them. I loved them so much. Plus, The Good and the Beautiful homeschool curriculum, if you are looking for a homeschool curriculum, is amazing. It's everything. Okay, hopefully I did good with these little hearts. Look pretty good. Do they look good? Forgive me, I changed my mind. And that's one of the most beautiful things about creating stuff for yourself and your own style, is that you can say no. or like, as I would like to do, no thank you. Okay, I like that better. Less is more. I just like less is more in my home. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and another project is done. Okay, making a tiny little, I'm gonna use this. I've had this for a while, and I'm thinking probably since my channel was born, I have a tutorial on making little wands for my kiddos, and I had a third one, and I'm not sure why I bought the third one. Now this font again is that Hello Babe, which is a Cricut Design Space font. But anyway, it's been sitting and sitting and sitting, and I thought this would be a perfect little gift. And we are in need of a gift. So I'm going to get this made and gifted and loved, and emptying out another little area in my craft room. So I thought it'd be cute to just do Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. I think I got these at Michael's, but you know, it was a very long time. It might have been Hobby Lobby, actually. I honestly, truthfully cannot remember. But I added a little bit of chalk paint to the front only, because I like this look. I like the raw wood on the edge. I just really think it's pretty. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of vinyl and give this a fun little look. I thought Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo would be so cute on it. Be a little fairy godmother. Okay. Ooh, this one doesn't want to play nice. And I kind of wanted to tilt it because that's just way too cute. And there. That tilt is where it's at. Bibbidi Bobbidi, ooh, almost bow, but Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Oh, the tilt is where it's at. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what, truth be told, it's getting late and I still have a lot to do on my list. So I'm gonna call it a night, and in the magic of a video, you'll never even know, but good night, and I'll see you in the morning and I'll finish up. Okay, it's a new day. It's a big cup of caffeine and we're ready to keep going. Okay, I think I have 4 more to go and I'm ready to just tackle the last of my to-do list. So I purchased this binder. I'll link everything below as always. And I thought it would be great storage for my stencils for card making. So I have it all organized with the stencils that I've used so far, but I don't end up filing away my supplies until I've used them. It kind of gives me an idea of like an area of my unused craft supplies, especially with card making. And then once I've used them, then I file them away all nice. So what I'm going to do is I found in my scrap bin a leftover piece of adhesive vinyl. I think I need more caffeine today. And what I'm going to do is I took a regular piece of vinyl as well, just a regular solid, and I wrote out the word, or typed out, cut out the word stencils, which I thought was just going to be really fun for the front of this. So I'm also going to trim down my vinyl piece. I think I'll just use a paper trimmer. I would think that would be just fine. That way I can kind of get an exact idea. Of course I could send it through my Cricut machine, but you know, I love my Cricut, but sometimes doing things by hand is a lot faster. And you know, just because I have a Cricut doesn't mean I use it for every single thing. So I'm going to grab some transfer tape and just grab a little piece and layer this vinyl on vinyl. So as I would normally do, ooh, that clung up a little bit, but it covered it completely. I thought it would be just kind of pretty to have on that striped binder a cute little floral look. Okay, see if we can get this off nice. Whoop. A little bit more. Might even need to start from the other direction. Okay, slow and steady. Make sure you get, there it is, the dot to the eye. And perfect. Okay, so I'm going to grab one of my magnets. That way that just stays put while I... Ooh, see how the little flower nestles in between that I and the L? It looks so intentional. Okay, I think I'll do just like that. Stencils. Font information will be down below. And again, just regular adhesive vinyl on adhesive vinyl. It's a fun way to decorate things. Ooh, I think that looks really neat. Okay, I'm liking where this is going. Now, I do want to have some of this navy in here. And what I'm thinking is, I'm probably going to take, let's see, how much, I'm going to do a little measuring here. I have about an inch here. So I'm thinking of taking roughly an inch off. Well, let's see, what would that look like? I'm going to use my little craft mat over here. Would it mean kind of taking off? Let's try this. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, see where I get here. I'm thinking about here. I think that looks nice. I might take just a tad off of this side, just a hair really. I need to go so that it stays straight. Actually, let's do this first. I'll do the tops and bottoms. Whoop, that got a little crooked. There we go. Oh, we're looking good. Okay, and just cleaning up this last side just a little. And I think that is going to be perfect. I like this. I think that's really, really fun. Okay, so simple, easy, using one last little piece of adhesive vinyl that I'd had. I decorated my Cricut machine. It's off camera, so you can't really see, but I decorated the top of my Cricut machine with this, and I just love it. And so I've done a couple other things with it because it's just so neat. Got a little goober. Okay, I think we're good. Let's grab some bigger transfer tape just so we can do this in its entirety. Okay, grabbing my scraper, pressing that really down, and there we go. Okay. Now this is pretty easy to line up because we have some natural lines with that stripe. Now don't mind the, oops, sorry about my hat there. Don't mind the grid line transfer tape. It's not quite lined up. Okay, I think that will look really cute. And I like all of the color tones. I like the pinks and the mustards, the navy, the dark teal, all with that stripe. I think that's really fun. Okay, burnish this down. And lightly, without scratching my binder. Let's see. Ooh, I think that looks really cute. And I like the alignment. I think that looks really nice. Okay, so I have a fun little label for my stencil binder, and it looks so nice and fresh. I think that's gonna be really cute. Okay, let's finish up the last few. Okay, bringing in my little mini easy press here. I'm gonna plug that in. I'm going to set this to medium, which is just the 2 little wavy marks, and that will turn green and chime when it is all ready. So I'm gonna be making a little gift. I found this really fun little distressed hat at Hobby Lobby, and I've had it sitting and waiting. I also found some scrap iron-on in my scrap bin, and I thought this really pretty floral kind of blush look would be so cute on this hat. I also like that it's all distressed and fun, and then you have kind of a fun, girly, delicate pattern. So I'm gonna do Mama Cute. And let me see, this font is called Little League. I think I'll start with the A. I'm gonna get some heat tape. And I'm also going to use just a hand towel, and I'm gonna kind of put it in a ball. Take out this, and it's just gonna be how I kind of position it. Just to hold it steady and also give me something firm to press into. It works perfectly. Okay, there we go, easy peasy. And now I'm just going to use heat tape because I'm going to be applying heat. I want to make sure that my adhesive that I use to place my iron on, or just steady my iron on while I'm getting it ironed down. There it goes, it's all ready. I love the mini, it's so fast. Just want to make sure that heat tape doesn't, or you use a heat tape so it doesn't melt. The font, again, Little League, and I found it in Cricut Design Space. And I'm going to kind of tilt these letters a little bit. I find it's best to cut them apart and do them individually. Personal preference, but I just like that. So I'm going to do the first 2. Bring this over just a hair. Just like that. I'm going to do the first, well, I'm going to do the A. I like to start from the middle and work my way out. It ensures that it'll be lined up. And I'm going to take my press and just press that down. I think it says 30 seconds, but honestly, I don't even think, see, that's already going on. I don't think it'll take that long. I might even do maybe 10. Always just watch your project. Nothing is better than making your own crafty judgment based on what's happening right in front of you. And honestly, that was nowhere near 30 seconds, and that is down. Okay, so I'm gonna let that cool for a second. I'm gonna do the other M real quick. Okay, bring in, actually I can reuse this heat tape. That's on there. Oh, that's so cute. And keep myself organized here. Making sure that the bottom of my letter has even placement. Okay. And once I like that, I can just press it on. Easy peasy. There we go. Looks good. And I can just see the iron-on connecting to the fibers of the hat, or the top of the hat, so it's easy to see that it's down. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna let that one cool. Come back over to this one. And you, of course, could work in any order, but I find it easiest to do this way. For me, again, a tilt. That is gonna be so cute. Okay. There we go. And being careful not to touch the exposed iron-on, which is really easy to do when you have the mini, because you can just do a really controlled press. Ooh, see, that's already down and the liner's already coming off. I'm just gonna press, press. There we go. Looks nice. Okay. Oop, that one needs a little bit more heat. Right down on that M. So I'll focus my heat right where I saw a little problem area. Good. Let's go back to this one. Oh, that looks really nice. I saw one problem area here, so I'm just going to use the liner from my M and just place it over the top. Give some additional heat. It's just at the top of that A. That should do the trick. Okay, let's check the M. Perfect. Check this A. Perfect. Reuse some tape. And the last one. I am obsessed with putting mama on things. I think it's the cutest. I think it's just the cutest. I just do. I might have to, I have a lot of hats actually in my stash. Okay, let's vote. Should we do a double encore and do another shop my craft space for blanks? Because I really think I could come up with 20 more. I'm thinking I'll do it in October, but let me know in the comments if we should do another one. Well, you know, I probably just will, because the feeling that I get when these things are done and gifted to other people or put to use is so gratifying and refreshing, and just need more of that feeling. This is way too cute. Okay, I'm gonna let that settle for just a moment. And I like the even placement along the bottom. I think that looks really cute. Really cute. Okay, let's see here. Oh, done. So easy. Okay, I'm gonna snip this and take this off so that we're ready to put it in a little gift bag to enjoy. That is so cute. Okay. And get my little additional one off there. And we're done. How sweet is this? I think that's so cute. I really love the distressed look with the floral. I think it's super sweet. So fun. Okay, I'm glad that that's done. That, you know, hats, small as they are, they do take up a lot of space. So another thing done, and I think I'm gonna have to make these in bulk because if I wasn't chit-chatting, that probably would have taken me probably 3 minutes. That was so easy. And if I just had them kind of lined up, we could just get that done in no time. I really love it. Okay, let's go ahead and, well, we're gonna do something else with Mama on it. And then our final craft today is going to be a sublimation t-shirt. So I've got my heat press all preheating for that, but in the meantime, we'll do one more little Mama thing, and this one will be for me. Okay, so I have a spare piece of adhesive vinyl, which I love. I have used this so many times, and it's so cute. And I intentionally placed it on my mat so that I could really get a lot of the colors when typing out the word Mama. Font information will be down below, as always. But I thought this would be really cute to put on the back of my phone. Now, I am sure, especially with how much my phone is handled, that over time this may come up. But you know, Have a Cricut can redo it. So I will just eventually redo it, I'm sure. Just like every once in a while I redo my iPad case and things like that. But I thought that that would be so cute on the back with all of those fun colors. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do it this way or if I want to do it this way. I think I want to do it this way. Final answer. Okay, I'm going to get my rubbing alcohol and I'm going to not spray on my phone, but instead, of course I could take my phone out of there, but I'm just going to put rubbing alcohol on here because, oh my goodness, I don't even want to know. Oh, that's not too bad. But I'm going to get all the oils and germs off. If you have never tried a loopy case, they are the best thing ever. I am so clumsy with my phone, and having just a little piece to hold on to and to carry like this, oh my gosh, it has really, I'm not going to say I don't still drop my phone because I'm just clumsy. That's just the truth of the matter. But I think it has reduced the amount that I drop. Okay. I'm going to put some transfer tape on. We're reusing. Got a little piece of my weeded out middles on here. I don't want that to bother my eye when placing, so I'll take those off. Okay. And press down. Okay, there we go. Bringing this down and towards me. And I may, be careful, Bethany. I trim, skinny that up a little bit on the bottom, just so I can nestle that nicely. I think I like that placement. So cute. Okay, peeling up. Fun. Oh my gosh, I love how the colors fell within that word. I think that is so fun. So not necessarily a blank that I was shopping in my craft space. However, don't forget that cell phone cases are really fun to play around and decorate, but I was shopping my scraps. So that's the goal here, is to use what I have And one of the things I needed to use was some of the things in my scrap bin. And I really think I did very well with that in this particular video. I did well last time too, but I felt like I wasn't cutting into a lot of big pieces this time. I really was utilizing my little scrap piece. So, and scrap bin. Okay, let's go ahead and finish up with our final craft. Okay, I feel like in my next video, I'm going to have a major sublimation party because I have a lot of t-shirts that I need to use up. So I have a bunch of these Cricut infusible ink shirts. Let's review sublimation for a second. So when doing sublimation or infusible ink, in this case, we're going to be doing sublimation. You want to make sure that what you are putting it on is ready to receive sublimation. So usually that means it is a garment that is intended for sublimation. It is labeled that it is a sublimation shirt, or it is something that is high in polyester. Again, I am using these Cricut shirts that are for infusible ink, but you can use them for sublimation as well. It is essentially the same concept. Also, you want to have a transfer that can sublimate. So I printed this on my sublimation printer using sublimation ink and sublimation paper. So it's all important that you do that. It's just not use just any regular ink, and it's not any regular printer. It is intended for sublimation ink for using for sublimation prints. So what I'm going to do here, as you can see, is it's mirrored, but it will then, once I place it on my shirt ink side down, it will transfer in the correct placement, right? So what I'm going to do is really quickly, I'm going to feather the edges of my design. Now I'm not going to be able to do this to the left and right because I printed really, really closely to get the size I wanted, but that's okay. And what this does is it just reduces the pressing lines of the paper. So if you don't do this, usually you kind of get a boxy look, but if you feather the edges, it looks so nice, and it's, you just have that box look disappear, if that makes sense. So I'm going to feather the top and bottom. Again, I would do it all around, but I don't have much room here and I don't want to rip into my design. So I have that ready to go. And then I also have 2 sheets of butcher paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shirt, put my design to the side, and I'll link my printer and my paper and my ink all down below. And I'm going to take one of my pieces of paper and I'm going to place it inside my shirt. Now the reason I'm doing that is the butcher paper is going to provide a barrier. So I'm just off camera, it's falling off camera here, but I'm opening up the bottom of the shirt to place my butcher paper in. And this is going to provide a little barrier between the front and the back so that if any of the ink sinks down past the front of the shirt, it will catch on the butcher paper and not go onto the back of the shirt. Okay, so we have that in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it over to my heat press. I'm going to preheat my shirt just like normal. Then I'm going to lint roll my shirt really, really well. You want to make sure, especially for sublimation, make sure that you, and I'll do it right now so I don't forget, take your lint roller. Make sure you have a brand new piece. So I'm going to take and get a fresh piece because you don't want to unintentionally transfer any lint. But for sublimation, especially if you get any lint on your shirt, you can see blue dots appear once you have sublimated. So just try your best to remove any lint that you can. The reason you want to do it after you pre-press is because you could potentially have lint on your pressing machine. So just press first, get all the moisture out, then lint roll, and then place your design. I'm going to be using some of the heat resistant tape because this doesn't have any sticky element to it, just like iron-on does, where with iron-on it has that sticky carrier sheet that once you place it, you're good to go. This is paper, so it kind of shifts and we don't want to have any movement. So I'll place that down, put butcher paper over the top. That way it protects my heat press in case we have any ink seep out. And that's the end. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Oh my goodness, what a grand finale. That is so neat. Now I forgot to mention, do you remember, let me grab the print. The print, now this is even more dull, but when I was showing you it before, we were talking about how it's mirrored, of course, because then when we place it down, then it will be pressed in the correct direction, and then the words will be readable on our final project. But you'll notice that the ink was really, really dull. But then once you apply the heat and press it onto the shirt, it takes on that intended color and the vibrancy of what it's intended to be. This is so pretty. I've had this in my cart for so long and I've really wanted to do it. I love the little watercolor background and I just think it's so, so fun and pretty. So I will be wearing this forever and ever. I love it so much. So I think this was really fun. I also really, really do in my next big video of more blanks, I'm going to do a lot of sublimation. I have 3 other designs that I've really wanted to put on shirts and I have, I think I have like 7 or 8 blanks that I need to use, but we'll at least get a little tackle on them and dwindle those down. So I hope this was helpful. I'm not going to bring all of the things we did in today because I just don't have the energy to find them all. And I've been putting them in little piles like, okay, I need to put you in a gift bag. I need to put you away. I need to organize you. I need to wash you, all those things. So I really enjoyed this. I hope you did as well. I know you will. And I can't wait to hear what you think in the comment section below. And I hope this motivated you to continue shopping your craft space, especially those bigger items that are just hanging out in the corners of your craft room or, you know, just taking up space. Tackle those first because it's really gratifying to see your craft space emptying out, because once it's emptying out, then you'll start finding more room for inspiration. And we all need a little inspiration going into this holiday season. All right, everyone, go ahead and give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video. At the end, there'll be a few other videos that pop up if you want to continue crafting along with me, and if not, I'll see you next time. Bye.